So, new footage for the hunting horn in Iceborne just came out to mixed reactions. And sort of as an effort to avoid false expectations perpetuated by enthusiastic content creators, I'd like to talk about my perspective, which is coming from the viewpoint of a long-term hunting horn main for over 8 years, and for a while, a top speedrunner in Monster Hunter World. I say this not to be braggadocious, but to make you understand that I'm not a casual player with only a handful of hunts under my belt, and I see the hunting horn in a very specific way. I am vehemently against the support hunting horn playstyle, and I only want to kill monsters very quickly. So the big things I want to touch on are the Clutch Claw, Echo Waves, Bubbles, the aesthetics, and of course what it all means for high-level players. The Clutch Claw has potential to be really cool and really not cool. Clutch Claw at its worst could be another crutch for players to use, and also an excuse for the Capcom team to deal with bad monster AI design, sort of as a workaround. Monster RNG has been a big problem for speedrunning, especially for weapons who lack the capabilities to lock a monster down. The Clutch Claw could help make up for the inadequacies of the weapon, but depending on your perspective, could lower the skill ceiling. The actual Clutch Claw attack itself leaves a lot to be desired. Without concrete motion value, this is purely speculative, so please keep that in mind. There's no approaching Clutch Claw attack like the hammer has. We simply have 2 strikes, an overhead hunting horn smash followed by a kick backflip. Both hits on the footage crit, thankfully, but it's difficult to tell if the kick has impact damage attached to it, but from the footage it sort of looks like it doesn't. The Clutch Claw attack just seems not good, especially when you compare it to other Clutch Claw attacks from other weapons. Aesthetically speaking, this is certainly subjective, but I think it looks really bad. Certainly not hunting horn-esque. I was hoping for something more thematic as far as the animation is concerned, and the backflip seems very out of place and bizarre. The new move and potentially most exciting addition is Echo Waves. Similar to the hilt stab in Monster Hunter World, you can only perform it following an attack. The animation sees the player spinning the hunting horn vigorously. It seems to me that this move has incredible potential because you can incorporate the move into your combos and gameplay. The optimal way to play the hunting horn has been established by top players who, over the course of a year and some change, has come together, optimized the weapon, and really fleshed out how the weapon should be played. This move allows for a potential shakeup in the meta. It's kind of exciting and maybe allows for some greater player expression. I have some reservations though. First, it's a multi-hitting move, so the motion value is really up in the air, but we can expect it to be relatively low per hit. Even if the move has low motion value but high stun value, it would still be worth using. Secondly, during the footage, the Echo Wave doesn't crit. This could just be that the hunter isn't using a high crit set or isn't hitting a weak spot, but it could also mean that the move doesn't crit, which makes it seem pretty similar to the Bow's move where it drops those rocks and it just does stun damage but doesn't crit or do any real damage. The other thing to note is that we don't know if this move can cue multiple notes or just one note, so it could potentially affect song queuing greatly. Bubbles. When playing a song after using the new move Echo Waves, you create a bubble which gives a unique song effect. Currently, not enough is known about this mechanic to really understand it. Horns may be getting new unique song inputs, or songs remain the same, but simply using the Echo Waves gives you the normal buff along with the bubble. It's difficult to tell currently. I'd like to discuss some concerns I have regarding the current information on bubbles. A translation I found says, depending on the number of songs you played before encoring, you can generate another bubble with the same effect, or a better one by performing an encore. To me, this means the more songs you play during your recital, the better your bubble will be. And this encourages corner horning and defensive cautious play. The exact opposite of optimal hunting horn gameplay of the last 8 years. This panders to the players who want that wide range support hunting horn experience, and I'm very apprehensive about it. It is also uncertain if the additional buff from the bubbles are applied to the player or just his team. The bubbles, again, do not really fit thematically with the hunting horn, at least to me they don't, but really, bubbles. From what we've seen, this looks like a soft nerf for the hunting horn. When weapons like longsword and sword and shield are getting amazing additions that increase their DPS capabilities and player expression, the hunting horn unfortunately doesn't seem to be getting the same treatment, and that's a soft nerf. Motion values remain a mystery as well. We received a horrible nerf to motion value coming into Monster Hunter World. So if they leave the motion values as they are without buffing them, Hunting Horn will fall even further behind and potentially be in the worst position the Hunting Horn has ever been in. If Echo Wave's motion values and stun values are low, well, then I hate to think about that. I'm trying to be optimistic for the Hunting Horn in Iceborne as we receive more information, but I find myself remaining incredibly cautious, even dipping into the disappointed category. It doesn't seem to me that the Hunting Horn is moving into a great position for solo play, and is being slowly concreted into the very sad position of a support role. Look, I only made this video so I could make a follow-up video about how I was wrong about the Hunting Horn and cash out. Seriously though, I'm excited for Iceborne and looking forward to seeing more information. Tell me what you guys think of the footage so far in the comment section, and as always, keep playing that sweet chin music, or blowing those sweet bubbles.